All right. So when you start a new season, do you have to seek out new sponsorships, or how does that all go? Is that also something you have to work on and dealing with? Is every sponsorship year to year? I don't want you to give
Yeah,
details of like if there's money involved, you have to do that. Just how you go about the process.
like, hey, it's a pass.
Good man. A couple days ago, God, it's beautiful up there.
Oh man, dude, it's kind of funny. For how many times I've been there, I've never been in Sedona. It's kind of weird. It's kind of I regret
Is
that.
that's where I never thought about this. I was there. That's where the White Line is, right? The White Line Trail, what they call
Yeah,
the
I'm pretty
yeah.
sure. Yeah, yeah. I actually I want to do it, but I don't know. I'll have to see it first. Get some fresh tires on for
Yeah.
that one.
Well, all right,
Yeah,
Jared. Thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate it. I truly do. I know. I wish we were in person like last time in the van, but we'll get there. We'll
yeah.
get back to that. But still glad you're coming on.
Oh yeah.
So, we just wrapped up 2023. We're starting 2024. Let's just get into it. How was your 2023 race season? Highs and lows.
Um, I would say there was more, I guess, lows for the result wise. It was just I had a lot of mechanicals, a lot of just dumb wrecks, and I'd say mostly mechanicals. It's I blew up two headsets, um, wheels cracking and flats, and I don't know. It's kind of rough on that end. Then the crashing, that's just my fault, just
Hmm.
being stupid and stuff. But I've had a few highs, and it felt good. And I know I can. After those highs, I feel like I have it in me. I just gotta be more consistent and not break my bike.
Where what race or where was your high point? You think mid season, early
It was
season?
um whenever down in Southeast Windrock, that was a good one.
Hmm.
I did mess up my run just a little bit, but like the weekend was just great. I Everything went well. Practice was good. Qualifying was all right, better than most, and then race one was just I was consistent. I didn't go like as fast as I wanted, but it was just consistent, and it like added up at the end. I got ninth. It was a pretty stacked field,
Yeah.
um, but that was probably the high. I felt really good. Body felt good. But yeah, I feel good at Windrock. I don't know. I'm better on steeper tracks because
Hmm.
smaller dude. I'm not like a big guy. I don't have like a lot of muscle, so like steeper where I don't have to like pedal on flatter tracks.
Yeah.
But yeah, steeper tracks I feel great, and Windrock is definitely steep, so I feel great on that track.
Oh, so when you go into the next season, when do you start like preparing? Do you take notes? Are you like, all right, I need to work on this? I know you said it was a lot of mechanicals, but what do you prepare for as you go into the next season?
Spare parts. I buy a lot of spare parts. I'll definitely get stronger. Kind of late on that. Been working a lot, so. But yeah, I'm gonna go to Windrock this week.
Hmm.
Um, since I got that new frame, it's a little different from the V4, the Common Soul, and I'm gonna tweak some stuff. The this it sits a little higher, bottom bracket is a little lower, and like the way the shock is, it's less progressive. So I'm trying to work out like the spring rate and all that stuff. So if I could this weekend, if I get it figured out, that'd be nice. Because I raced U.S. Open on that bike, and I went to Windrock on the way back from my northeast of Shindig this year, and it feels good, but it's just not where I want it.
Yeah.
So hopefully I can figure it out. Like it would be nice before I think TTC. If I can't get over to Costa Rica, TTC would be my first race.
So you're basically full like in the moto world. There's privateer. I'm sure it's a amount. You're basically privateer, right? You have a
Yeah.
small little bit of sponsorship, but you're
Hmm.
you're are you a one man crew? Is there always a person that kind of do you have a mechanic or you're your own?
At the races, one man crew. Um, but all suspensions back home really helps me a lot. Like if something's messed up, I'll just take it to them. They hook me up. They've been a crazy big help. Definitely my biggest help. So it's nice to have them on my side. Definitely with suspension and stuff. Because I was going through issues with my Fox DH2, and yeah, that thing kept blowing up a little bit. So having them keep servicing it, but that was nice. And a lot of mid seasons on the 40, but yeah, they know a lot more than me.
Those are
I'm not that great.
suspension. Those are some good dudes there, man. I truly appreciate them when I was there and super helpful. They also do they still do the e-bike ride on Mondays or Tuesdays. Well,
Yeah,
obviously the weather pending, but yeah,
yeah. I think they still do it right now. I think it might be in like a little break. Not too sure, but yeah, they do the e-bike rides and they're rad. Like they're so fun. Whenever I'm able to
yeah,
get on them, I definitely hop on it. They do some. They take you down to like the best trails for an e-bike, and it's a blast. I love it.
yeah. So like on yourself, besides changing up bikes, do you want like stronger legs or anything, or do you or like what's your do you change your diet or you're like, hey, because I know you're still relatively young, your body can kind
Yeah,
of you kind of still kind of mess around with a little bit, but do you go like hard in the like, all right, I need to really focus on my diet and some training here?
yeah. Upper body is a big focus. My legs are all right. Not a really big, not a big thing, but yeah, mostly my upper body. Um, my diet, I kind of on the same thing. I'm trying to figure some stuff out with that. Definitely like on race weekend, I'm trying to figure out what sits with my body best. What I need most of. I still need to get into that a little bit more, but the diet kind of the same. But if I could try to figure some other stuff out, what works best, mostly for like race weekend, I got figured out for recovery and for working out. I got that down, but I'm still like race day and stuff. Just trying to figure out trying to eat because you tend not to eat on the weekends. Like when you're riding your bike, you just lose track, and then you're not hungry because your nerves. So it's hard to do, but hopefully I can get
Yeah.
that dialed.
Yeah, so what is like what's race day like um what's your pre-race like? Do you have ritual superstitions, anything like that?
Not really superstitions. Wake up. Uh, I usually eat oatmeal. That's my go-to. And then you go do practice. And like I said, I'm not usually hungry, but I try to force like some good, nutritional bars in, and maybe some more oatmeal. Um, I guess I guess I don't know if it's a superstition, but I guess it kind of is. Like I like to drink like at least like a shot or two espresso before my race run,
Mhm.
or take some pre-workout like pills, whatever Rhino Power has, and those things get me jacked up almost a little much. But yeah, at least a one shot espresso. I feel like that. I learned that. I watched Greg Menard. He does that, and I was like, that's a good idea. And I did it,
Yeah.
and it feels great.
Yeah, I talked to Nico at Snowshoe, and he said that 45 minutes prior he would chug a Red Bull before his race run. I was like, "Phew, man, I
Oh
don't know,"
yeah,
but
yeah. That's gnarly. That
but
is gnarly.
he said he ended up changing that. And he's like, it was it didn't because it would hit at wrong times or like just like either
Yeah,
you were too amped up or yeah, he said it wasn't consistent.
yeah. That's yeah. With like too much caffeine, it's so inconsistent. Like I would find at times I'm like too hyped up, too ready to go, and then I rush into the race run, blow past all my lines. But I found that happy medium. Just I think 45 minutes is usually when I do it. But yeah, it's so inconsistent. Yes, I don't even. Sometimes it's a hit or miss.
I used to take some of the Arma stuff. They got like a pre-ride, pre-workout type stuff, and but I feel like it has some like focus in it, and that helped me sometimes when I was riding. I'm like, man, like sometimes I ride, you get kind of like you're just kind of out there and you kind of lose focus a little bit if you're by yourself, and
Yeah.
that felt like when I was on the trail, I was always like either trying to find lines or I felt my speed was better, but I don't know. I guess that was me. I feel like sometimes coffee, like I don't stay super focused all the time. Maybe because I drink so much now.
Yeah, yeah. Kind of like it's like you have a come down. It's just like
Yeah.
it kind of gets. Yeah, that's why like I'm trying to time it better. But yeah, I usually take like the Rhino Power like pre workout pills. It's like and I do like
Hmm.
the motivation, and it's forgot the other ones, but one helps for arm pump, and it's crazy. Like I never thought like they would work, but it works so good during the race run.
Really,
I I don't know. It was crazy. Like I'm like, okay, whatever. I took it, and yeah, it helps. It helps a lot. But whenever I take like the pre workout pills, like I don't even remember my race run. You're just like so focused. You're so dialed in. And you
really,
try to look back on your race run, and you're like, it almost is like a black screen in your head because you're just like, it's wild. But yeah, sometimes it gets me. I don't know. You got to time it right. And if I do, it works out really good. Like at nationals, it worked out really good. Like I don't remember my race run for nationals,
damn, that's
but I
good
remember I
though.
messed up a lot. But yeah, I really like it. Then if I don't have that, yeah, I'd get like the little Starbucks espresso things. I like those a lot. Usually hit
Yeah,
those
look,
a few times.
people always talk about the when you get in the flow state of riding, and I've been there a couple of times, and then when you are there, and then someone's like, "Oh, dude, you hit that jump or you did this," and you're like, "No, I don't even know," because you're
Yeah,
so in the zone, and it's just like they're like, "What do you mean you don't know?" I was like, "Man, I was just flowing."
yeah. I guess it just really happened this year. Last year I didn't have it too much, but this year, man, I had it. I think almost every race run. Like I just couldn't look back and be like, I don't know. I don't even know like if I crash. I'd be like, I don't even know where I crashed. I don't even know how it
Yeah,
happened. Like a snowshoe, like I don't even know what happened. Like it's when my headset exploded. I don't even know what I hit. I just went over the bars. I was like, I don't even remember. I was just so lasered in. It feels good to be like that though.
yeah,
So
because I think if you start tensing up, then you start like mistakes start happening. So you just got to be as
yeah,
loose as possible.
yeah, loose as possible, and like you said, stay in flow state, and I don't know, stay on the gas and don't die.
I I've asked some the pros at Snowshoe like pre-run like music, and a lot of them were no music. They were all like, "No, I want it as quiet as possible," which I was
Yeah,
real surprised by.
yeah, I get that. I listened to music I think once, but honestly, yeah, I like just already being in the moment because like I feel like when I'm listening to music, you take your headphones off and it's like I don't know, it feels weird. It feels like you move to like a different world. I kind of already want to be in it. I do like it quiet. I mean, I'll talk to friends, goof around for a bit, but I think whenever I get to the top, I usually try to get there 25, 20 minutes early, and I'll talk to people for a bit, and then you start, doing your stretches. And I want it to,
Hmm.
you know, no one talking. And that's, nobody's talking, nobody's goofing around like children up there.
Yeah,
It's pretty serious. The stationary bikes are running and the beeps are going, and it's nerves are kicking in, and I love it.
dude, that's not like just like I need to like take what you're saying and like it just prepares me. Like I'm already ready for like downhill, man. Just like that little part right there,
Yeah,
the prepreration, a little
it's
clip right
so
there.
fun, man. And it's like whenever I watch videos and I hear like the beeps, I'm just like, I guess my nerves going. I'm like, gosh, like I want to be there, But at the same time, like
Where
it's just like, yeah, yeah.
when was the like I think I asked you this last time, but when was the time that like you were like you're I can't say like made it, but you're like, okay, let's go again. I'm ready. Like this is where I want to be consistently or do this consistently.
Like what race?
Yeah, like or how old were you
Oh,
or race?
it's whenever we. So I raced enduro for a long time. I raced downhill, like starting in 2013, like just a local race in Eureka Springs. Then enduro started coming in. Then I started doing enduro for a while. Kind of just like laid off mountain biking for racing. And then whenever seen you at Snowshoe for that World Cup,
Hmm.
I was like, why am I not doing this? Like, I've loved it all my life. You watch it and then you see all your heroes out there doing it. And it's like, I want to do it. And that was in 2021, I think, Snowshoe. And on the way back home, we were about, I think, through Springfield by the time I bought a bike. I ended up buying
Dang.
the Commensal, the V4 Supreme. And I was like, yeah, I want to do it. And I went to that first race, and I think that my first downhill race was at Bootleg in Nevada. And that, I don't know, I felt it. I was like, holy crap, this is crazy. And then you go to Downhill Southeast, which is like just so organized and so good. It makes you feel like you're actually, at a World Cup. And the first one, I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this probably until I can't, until my legs can't move.
Hmm.
So that was about it. Yeah. I think the World Cup race, Snowshoe 2021.
Hell yeah, that's sweet. So
Yeah.
do you like when you're driving? Like, 'cause I know you gotta drive yourself. Like you're heading to uh, um, Windrock. Do you ever like, what am I doing? Or I think you're so the way just listening to you, you're never like,
Mm.
man, this is such a drive. What am I doing? I think you look at it as like I have to be there if I want to continue.
Yeah. No, the whole drive, like, I want to get there. Like, I want to
Yeah.
start the weekend.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, I'm so stoked. Yeah, I don't think I've had a few doubts. Every once in a while, you're like, this is a lot of money. I could be
Hmm.
traveling the world doing other stuff. But then I have to just pull up YouTube and watch someone race a bike, and I'm like, oh shoot, there's something in me, like I can't stop. I don't
Hmm.
know. It's like in my blood. So I don't know. No, yeah, I don't have any doubts. Like I don't know. I just want to keep going until, like I said, keep going until I can't, or I get to a point where it's like, oh, okay.
So with 2024's here, when's your first race?
So hopefully I can get into the Costa Rica Open. Um, it's coming up fast. I'm trying to figure out like logistics, and stuff. Waiting for some few buddies tell me what they're doing. If not, it'll be TTC for Downhill Southeast in March, I think,
Okay.
early March, which is rad. I guess they're working on the track and stuff, so pretty stoked for that one.
Yeah, so you really like you're ready to start cranking it up now. Like you got to get going in a sense. Like you said, going to
Yeah,
Windrock and just yeah, the time is now.
yeah, it's crazy. I took a big off season. I shouldn't have, but yeah, like after U.S. Open, I was working in Maine, so I went back to Maine, started working, and then I was like, I was going to do another race for the Eastern State Cup, and I was like, no, you know what, I'm done for the season. Like, I just want to like enjoy, have like a vacation, and that kind of like drug on a little too long before I realized like, oh, yep, probably should start training and doing some more. So yeah, no, I'm ready. Like I don't know, like my
Get the
mind is
itch.
ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mind is ready. I don't know if my body is. We're gonna find out. I got a few buddies back into downhill, so I got a few friends going down TTC. So that's nice to have because I've been telling everybody like, come on, get on a downhill bike. Enduro's fun, but get on a downhill bike. And it took me a
Yeah.
few years, but it feels like because racing downhill, like it's getting more accessible
Hmm.
and stuff because like more series are popping up and all that crap. So it's a little easier to do now. Still drives, long drive, but
Yeah. If you stay a local, where's the closest? Eureka Springs or I don't
uh
even know.
to ride my downhill bike,
Hmm.
uh, there's a few spots, like a few private spots you can go to, but I mean, I just don't. But there's a few little tracks we're building locally that hopefully we're trying to. They're not long. It's just enough to get on the downhill bike, ride a steep section for like I don't know, 20 seconds maybe, just to get the
Okay.
feel for the bike. But yeah, I think the closest one is Windrock. Windrock. It's about 9.5 hours.
Could you ride your downhill bike where they're gonna have that big mountain enduro? Can't think of that
Oh,
place.
at Nebo, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There's that one. Yeah, there's that one rake and ride. I actually did ride my downhill bike out there once. Yeah, you can, but it's just it's like a single track. It's steep,
Mhm.
but like I like to have a wide track, line choices, make your brain think a little bit,
Yeah.
get used to you know looking for lines and all that stuff. But yeah, I can go there. I think we probably will go there quite often just to get time on that bike, get a
Mhm.
feel for it and stuff. So yeah, there's that one. There's actually a few more on the backside, but you have to pedal up, which I'm not pedaling. Not
I'm
pedaling that
always
bike.
curious when you downhill guys are like get before your race run. From the time you get to the weekend, we'll just say like I'll say a place you haven't been, even because Windrock you go quite frequently, and they're not going to really, the trails more or less change until a race weekend. I guess it changes a little bit, but we'll say snowshoe or somewhere else. By the time you get there the weekend, how many runs before your final run are you doing?
Okay, yeah. Let's use snowshoe. Snowshoe's very long, physical track. I definitely limited myself on that just to stay more fresh as I can for the race day. I think what was it? So Thursday's practice day. We have around like 3 or 4 hours or something like that. It's a long practice, but it was. I probably did 4 or 5 runs
Okay.
that day. More like five, and then qualifying day probably two, and then race day. I think it was one or two. I think one of them was just to get down the hill. Usually on race day, I try to just do one like warm up lap, kind of slow but full run, and then the second one maybe go a little faster and stop at some sections so I don't blow myself up. But I think race day was I think one run. Usually do one run just to see the track because you got other practices behind you and see the track deteriorate and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's nice just to get at least one run in.
How many runs until you're like, okay, I know this track, or like I know where everything
Mm.
is top to bottom.
Uh, Probably the second to last lap probably of quality day.
Okay.
It takes me a little while. Like I'm trying to work on it. That's one thing I'm trying to perfect on my racecraft is trying to figure out like learn the course, visualize it in my head at the start gate, and be like precise, and know my breaking points. But yeah, usually midday, whatever, quality day.
Okay. Yeah, I was always curious about that because how many runs people take and how long it takes
Mm-hmm.
them to get adjusted to it. And I mean,
Yeah.
obviously you guys are pros, but I'm just like, I'm sure there's some guys who are like one or two runs, like, oh yeah, I got it. No, I mean they don't
Yeah.
have it, but they've kind of got it down.
Yeah. Like there's some guys that go down first run like balls to the walls. It's like, holy crap. I seen Pinky at Windrock. Like everybody was just looking at like this one steep section and he just flew through there. And it's kind of I don't know, pretty smart. You just ride the track blind and smooth or like blind and fast. Like you already know what it is. You already know what the track looks like, the track walk. So if you just get over that fear of some of those sections, like first lap, like that's ideal. Because some spots, you just build up in your head, and it just you keep doing laps and laps and laps. Next thing you know, but right before your quality run, you haven't done that one section fast as you like want to. But if you can just get that over with, and already
Mhm.
know that's possible to do it that fast, that smooth or whatever, it helps. So I guess yeah, some people are really good at that, and that's what makes them good riders.
Yeah, for sure. What is like your on a track? What's your like biggest weakness? Rock gardens or just find lines that like just yeah, I
Hmm.
don't know, all kinds of things, I guess.
Uh, it's man, I don't know. It's I guess trying to find I guess flat sections trying to find that flow, you know?
Hmm.
'Cause like I said, like I can do steep sections pretty good. And I guess finding good breaking points. Definitely the lines. Um, because like I don't know, it's just something connecting lines. Like it just some of these guys, I don't know. It's just you see them ride, and it's just wild. I don't. It's just crazy what like the imagination comes up with,
Yeah.
and it's wild. Yeah, if I can just like perfect that more, and you see him do it, and then you're like, oh, okay. But if if you're able to come up with a line, be more creative with that would be pretty cool.
And then I'm sure guys hide lines until race day or
Yeah,
try to.
uh, yeah. I think Dak is pretty good at doing that. He usually hides lines. Um, I don't know anybody. But most people are pretty open. I mean, if I
Hmm.
had a sneaky line, I'll just do it, practice it. If someone sees it, if they do it faster than me, good for them.
Hmm.
Well on them. But yeah, I haven't really came up with anything sneaky yet. Usually just watch the big dog go down. Like, oh, that's a cool line.
Yeah. All right. So when you start a new season, do you have to seek out new sponsorships, or how does that all go? Is that also something you have to work on and dealing with? Is every sponsorship year to year? I don't want you to give
Yeah.
details of like if there's money involved, you have to do that. Just how you go about the process.
This year, like I said, like I just took a big off season. I was kind of late to some applications, which is dumb on me, but I still got pretty much the same as last year. I switched up clothing. I'm gonna do no sponsors this year for just like my kit. Just
Hmm.
gonna I got a bought a few kits from this one like smaller company from BC. I really like them. And no, everything is pretty I think the same. I haven't lost anyone. All the deals are the same. But it's tight. Like it's so hard right now to get any. They're like tight. Like the budgets are getting tighter for
Yeah.
grassroots riders, and a lot of money is going to the top dogs, which makes sense. They deserve it. But yeah, everything's getting tighter and harder to get sponsorships, and it kind of sucks, but it's part of it. I'm still gonna race, even if it costs me more money. So
Do you ever look outside, or do people look outside of the industry for sponsors, or does that like obviously Moto like I just saw a bank came on board for one of the teams and stuff like that. Is that something an option?
yeah, I've tried a few coffee shops around here because I love coffee, and it'd be awesome. Like I want like a coffee helmet. Like I don't know, just like Airship or anyone Onyx Meteor or whatever. But I don't think they're interested really. Um, I I don't know. I guess it doesn't make too much sense if they're like kind of local for me to be like halfway across the United States. I don't know what it'll do them any good. But
Yeah,
I don't know. Like I try to do a few things, but nothing crazy.
yeah, I think that would maybe I don't know, I guess in my mind I would see it as oh, where's this coffee place? Bentonville, you got to come check it out. Stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's how we think.
Yeah. Like,
I
yeah,
guess
yeah, when you stop by, like, this place is there, and stop by and
yeah.
look at it. But, yeah, I'm not too sure.
There used to be
It's
a
hard.
coffee brand called Single Track Coffee. And I went back to his Instagram, and I guess it went under, which kind of sucks because the dude looked like he had some good
Oh,
stuff,
yeah.
and people were following him. But it was out of
Mhm. I
Denver,
think I've
kind of
seen
bummed.
that.
Yeah, but
That sucks.
I know. Well, man, yeah, I hope you get some sponsors. Like, at least I hope you're able to make it, and nothing gets like none of your budget gets cut.
Yeah.
But
It's, yeah, about the same this year, so I'm not complaining.
All right, so your summer after you kind of, you know, your race season, you kind of stopped it short. You lived in Maine, dude. How was that?
Oh man, that place is crazy. It's really cool. Um, it's basically the redneck of the Northeast. It's pretty funny. Like, you go through all the Massachusetts, New York, all
Oh,
that
hold
stuff.
on.
Everybody,
Now Arkansas is redneck, so what kind of scale we going off of?
it is, I would say, even or even more.
What?
Those people out
That's
there
wild.
are, yeah, those people out there are pretty redneck. They keep some weight on them too because need that for the winter.
Hmm.
But it was amazing. Like the scenery. Like we worked not at the base of Mount Katahdin, but kind of close. You could see it every day. It's the end of the Appalachian Trail.
Okay.
Uh, and it was just, oh my gosh, it was so beautiful. We ended up hiking it. Yeah, Maine is awesome. Like I do want to go back there and work some eventually. Maybe not this year, but sometime
Was
in
it
the
part of the
future.
trail building crew, or you just went out there?
Yeah, my buddy Josh Hardy needed extra hand, and then I was like, I want to go. And we went out there. He got subcontracted by Maine Trail Builders. Really rad dudes. They build a good trail. But yeah, they subcontracted us out. Went out there for 3 months, and it
Dang.
was it was awesome. The weather was great. We only had maybe like 4 or 5 days where it was like super hot, but the rest of the days were pretty good. The bugs are crazy out there.
Yep. Yep.
You have to wear bug net. I guess I never thought of that until you get there. You're like, holy crap! Like mosquitoes it's just you can't even see. It's crazy. But yeah, bug net.
Yeah.
That
I was
sums
getting
up
ready to
Maine
ask.
bug net.
I felt like it was going to be like that because that's how Michigan is in the summer, very buggy. But
Oh
it's
yeah,
beautiful. So you're like you kind of like this bugs, but you're like but it's beautiful up here. Like Upper
yeah,
Michigan's beautiful. So I was assuming the Maine's probably the same.
yeah. It's definitely more inland if you go to the coast. That and not really that many bugs, but it's just where the marsh, all kinds of marshes and
Hmm.
stuff. It's really marshy out there.
How
But yeah,
much
that's where
lobster do you eat?
I only ate like some of someone's. Like I didn't eat
Really?
much. It was still really expensive, and
Dang.
I was kind of on a budget, so they were bigger though, about the same price as here, but like double, triple the size. A few times ate salmon. Salmon
Hmm.
was tastes like salmon. It was good,
Yeah. So
but
how far are you
it's like I
from?
said.
Go ahead.
Oh, like I said, it's still pricey, but it's a little bigger.
So how far were you from Bangor, Maine?
Oh, I think 45 minutes or something, an
Okay.
hour. Northeast of, yeah, northeast. Like we were in Millinocket, so it was like pretty much the last resort town before you like. I think it's like Millinocket, and there's nothing all the way to the Canada border. Which you're in Millinocket, you're in the
Damn.
middle of state, and it's all the way. If you go like the more east, there's more towns, but if you go straight north of Millinocket, there's nothing. It was so much wilderness. It was wild. You were in the middle of nowhere.
Damn. I've never been up the Northeast. I've been to Boston like before a day and New York City for a day, but other than that, I've never been Northeast, and I really want to get up that way. I know Vermont, Killington would be sick to check out, and yeah, anything up there would probably be pretty sick.
Yeah, dude, Vermont. Oh, that place has my heart. That place
Really?
is really cool. Trails are sick. I've only rode Killington, but trails are sick there. So obviously, I mean, everywhere else, the terrain is just, oh my god, terrain is so good. Dirt is good. It's
Yeah.
rowdy, raw.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I think Killington's now. We're gonna get into it. We'll just go ahead. Like the Monster Energy Pro U.S. Championship. I think Killington's on there. Are you gonna
Yeah,
try to do all of those races?
yeah. I kind of want to make the monster a priority. If I
Hmm.
have to skip out on one or two down in the southeast, because the monster is basically national. They're
Mhm.
all national series, so you can get some points from them, and I feel like Monster as a title sponsor is pretty big, so there's some budget into it. So hopefully, if it does, it'll take a while, but kind of somewhat be supercrossy. Hopefully, in the future, if it starts getting more popular,
Mhm.
hopefully you have like a actual live stream and not like a live stream replay, which is still sick.
Yeah.
But hopefully, I'm hoping that's what it is, and if I can get my foot in early and you know do my best, it'd be great.
Do you think uh, this series, that Monster Energy Cup, whatever, and UCI talked, and UCI is like, "Hey, we're gonna pull out of the states," or do you think they're like, "Hey, I think they're pulling out. We need to create something."
Um, I don't think they really knew because I think Clay Hopper was like the guy that put it the Monster Energy series together, and I think they were already talking about it before like even the schedule for the World Cup season this year. Before they even knew there wasn't going to be any in America, they just we needed something because it
Hmm.
was for a while. It was pretty downhill was pretty sad before downhill
Yeah.
southeast started making its goes, but we do need something. We need something to get UCI points. It's so hard to get UCI points in here in America. That's why a lot of guys go down to Costa Rica, Guatemala, just to get points because it's really hard. It really is really hard to hear. But since having that national series, hopefully UCI will notice it more and be I don't know maybe put some more races over here. That
Yeah,
would be
it's
nice.
crazy. People are
I don't
pretty
understand.
they're pretty upset about it. Snowshoe always
Yeah.
turned out a good crowd. Actually, this past year, it actually felt like the crowd wasn't what it was in the past. Like the first year was insane, 2019, insane
Hmm.
crowd, insane after
Yeah.
party. Everyone loved it. And then I felt like maybe it got too like they didn't like that because it was too much of a party or something, and they wanted to be more go more corporate, or if that's the word you want to use. But and then this year felt like I don't know, it didn't feel like it used to, and maybe because people knew it was over or what, but didn't have the same vibes as
Yeah.
it did in the past.
Interesting. Yeah. I heard from someone basically Snowshoe made no money from World Cups, and that's kind of why they said no more. Just wasn't profitable for them, which is really weird. I don't know. That's just
That
what
is
I've
weird.
heard. And yeah, just hopefully they can. I've heard maybe trying to get something at Rock Creek in the future. I don't know. That'd be cool to have like a World Cup track there. But
Yeah, it'd be interesting. A lot of there'd have to be a lot of logistics going on there for that.
yeah, yeah,
It'd be
like, yeah.
crazy.
Parking would
Parking
be
for sure.
big. Parking would be a little issue, but I think it would
It's
be so sick.
oh, that place could be sick. It's yeah. I mean, there's a lot of property there they can work with, but yeah, it just needs a
Yeah,
lot to go forward.
yeah,
I was also we were also
yeah.
trying to think. Go ahead.
Oh no, you're good.
Yeah, we were also trying to think like other spots, like all out west. Like, I don't know why they haven't like looked at Colorado, California, any of those other
Yeah,
big mountain towns like that have it. Like, they just said, what, we're not even coming back over here, which that was a big bummer.
yeah. It's weird. Angel Fire is
Yeah,
like has so much potential. Like they've already had World Cups there. You got Angel Fire. You got even Purgatory in Durango. That place has got some crazy steeps there. California, Mammoth could hold one.
hmm,
Gnarly. I've never ridden there. Just seen videos, and it just looks so gnarly. But I don't know. Something on the West Coast, man. There, yeah, used to be the
hmm,
main downhill spot, and now just moved over to the east, which is
yeah,
I guess better for us because it's closer, but still far drive.
yeah, yeah. So we'll get into the riders and teams changing. What do you think about Gwyn buying Winrock? What do you think?
Oh, dude, yeah,
Um,
that's good. Yeah, that's
it's
really
good for
good.
Winrock.
Yeah, very good. There are he's already making moves.
Yeah.
He's already got like the other side open up. Well, he's gonna open it up. I think he's gonna make it a little bit more family friendly, so bring more money in, which they need that because if you go
Mhm.
there, if you went there midsummer during like during the week, you might have like 2 or 3 riders riding all day, and if you go there on the
Yeah.
weekend, I mean, it might be some people, but it just wasn't. You can tell it wasn't being profitable.
Hmm.
But him doing that, opening it like there's another bike shop on the other side over there. It's gonna. I think it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be a good training ground.
Do you think that's a sign of him focusing more on that and not racing, or do you think he's still racing?
Uh, I would like to see him still race, but the you can see that the intense team
Yep.
is split up. I don't know if he's using, the money he was investing in the intense to move over to Windrock to put more money into it because he's hiring more people and a lot of money to be put into it. He's building that new shuttle road, which that ain't cheap, and trails ain't cheap.
Hmm.
They're expensive, so that might be what it is. I think he'll still race. He
Yeah.
needs to.
Yeah, he definitely needs to. Or if he's not racing, well, at least be at the races, which I think he would at least go to the races if he's not racing. Just
Yeah,
him
yeah,
being
for
there
sure.
is a big impact.
Yeah, even
It,
him having him as a commentator in the booth was like it was so good. Like, you get way more insight on the track as a former or still a World Cup rider. Even like if he does commentation, like that'd be cool.
yeah, it was funny. I was in line because I was going to ask him some just random questions, and there was a kid behind me, and Dakota was actually like talking to another kid. So there was a kid and a dad behind me, and the kid goes, "Dad, who's that guy?" And he's like,
Oh no.
"Who's that guy?" Luckily,
Oh
Aaron
no.
didn't hear him, but it was
Yeah.
funny. And he was like, "Let me tell you about that guy."
Yeah. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, that's crazy that like all these kids like I'll mention like these video movies to them, like old free
Mm,
ride movies, and they're like, "What?" And I'm like, "Oh gosh." Oh
yeah,
no. And you mention like old names and it's like, "Oh man, getting old, I guess." I don't know.
I know. I'm getting real old. I'm like, oh, what, you don't even know who that is. Actually, the lingo of kids now, I have no idea what they're saying.
Yeah. When I'm on the shuttle, they're saying all kinds of crazy stuff. I'm like, I don't even know what's going on. It's like another language. It's funny
It
though.
is.
There's a lot of goofy kids, and it's really funny to listen to.
Yeah,
But yeah,
it's yeah, they're goofy, but I rather see them ride now than doing something they shouldn't be. I love to see kids
yeah.
ride.
No, it's awesome. I love it. Like,
And then
and it's getting bigger. More kids are getting out there.
yeah, like two kids. I know there's some other ones, but like man, what's the kid's name that's local to you? He's getting really good. Dang it, I can't think. He's probably 14 now. Um,
He's in Arkansas.
mhm.
Declan.
uh, Declan, yeah, Declan's getting
Yeah,
good.
he's at the Windwalk with me this week.
Yeah,
That kid's
Declan,
a ripper, man.
yeah,
He went to snowshoe, and I think he messed up his run a little bit, but like his splits were good. He was practicing super good. Like I would have him follow me during practice, and I don't even have to wait. He's just right there behind me, and he's promising. Like he's like such a good kid too.
hmm,
Like really mature for his age. Just super good kid. He just wants to ride his bike, have fun,
yeah,
and hopefully get him on like a more of a program. He's kind of on a program with this gym here, but yeah, he's super promising. I hope he keeps at it because he's really
yeah.
good.
His little crew too with like Kelton, and then they got I can't think of the other kid. I follow these kids, but I just can't think of their name off the top of my head. Like they're all coming up so good, so fast.
Yeah. Kelton, Finn. Finn's doing
Finn,
really
that's who
good.
it was. Yeah,
Trying to get him on a downhill bike. He's kind of thinking about it.
nice.
Hopefully. But yeah, he's like he's got a lot. Like he can jib around. He likes to dirt jump. He's kind of like more like Kate Edwards, just like
Hmm.
kind of like all kinds of talents on the bike.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It would be crazy to see if Arkansas was just somewhat steeper and they had somewhere to like consistently like train on steep stuff, where they would be, how much
yeah.
even
Well,
crazier and better
yeah,
they'd be.
yeah. There's that bike park coming in, which is in the Wachitas, which I guess from here would be 2.5 hours or
Hmm.
so. But it should have what was it, around 1,000 to 1,200 feet of elevation,
Oh,
and
nice.
it's steep out there. And it's supposed to have. I don't think it's gonna have 4 lifts, but right now, I guess it's in the plan to
Where's
have
that
four
at
ski
again?
lifts out there. Mena, Arkansas.
Okay.
Yeah, there's actually like in the Watchtower. The Watchtower Mountains are cool, awesome terrain. Kind of reminds me of Windrock in a way, but it'd be a little rockier. So you could literally, we could, they can make a downhill track and it be on like a, I don't know, down southeast could maybe run it or something.
Oh yeah.
But
Sweet.
yeah,
I'm looking forward to that. All right, let's get into some downhill, some stuff changing around, and get your opinion. All right, so we've already mentioned the intense team.
yeah.
Um, what do you think's gonna? What do you think's the reason behind that? And then where do you see Dakota going?
Um, yeah, I think the reasons, probably like I said, maybe investing more money into Windrock. Uh, that's like my only guess. Maybe Dakota wants a bigger budget that doesn't fit in with the intents and Aaron. And he's getting good results. So maybe he's got bigger teams eyeing him up for better budget and better benefits and stuff. So I don't know. I can't guess. I really don't know where he would go. I don't even know.
I kind of feel bad for him because it's like every 2 years he doesn't have like consistency, 2 or 3 years maybe at the most. But it's like he's changed more than probably most big people where he's consistent top 10 type that. Those guys
Yeah,
seem a little more consistent on the same bike.
yeah. Yeah, it's kind of weird. He just bounces around
Yeah.
and it doesn't seem like he could get. I guess he's just feel like just when he got comfortable on the intense, and now he's
Hmm.
leaving.
Yeah.
So I don't. And no, I don't know. It's like seems like he gets comfortable and leaves. Like
Yeah.
that's next year. But hopefully he gets on something good. He's quick, representing America. But hopefully he gets on a good team so he could battle for the top spot.
And then Aaron, is he still part of Intense, like part owner? You think he breaks away from that?
I think he is still part owner.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know if they're still going to have a team. I remember reading what they posted. It seems like I know Dak's going away. I don't know if the whole team is separating. I can't remember. But
The other guy's going away too. I can't think of his name though.
oh, Joe Breeden. Yeah, Joe Breeden, Seth
Yeah.
Surlock, and then was that it? I can't remember.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't remember either. I should have looked at it pre-head.
Yeah. Anyway,
But
but yeah, I don't know. I think he's still part owner, and maybe they even might be the demo fleet might be intense over there at
yeah.
Windrock, which would be cool.
Yeah. I just don't even know where Dak fits in. Like that has a
I
spot. Like
know.
that's where I see him going.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I've tried to think about it, and I don't know. Maybe some Europe team would be kind of cool.
Yeah. And then Greg Minnar. What's your thoughts?
A lot of Norco out there. I don't know
Yeah.
because it has DD parts on that bike, but that'd be so weird. Norco would be a
It would
really
be
weird
weird.
move for him. Yeah, I don't. I couldn't tell you. That was just really weird. What happened? I just was not expecting that.
Somebody
But
said Canyon, but then they just signed Thibodeau, so
yeah,
that's probably not going to happen. There was another one I saw that might be, I don't know, but it's interesting. And it's
very
also
interesting.
interesting. Don't get me wrong, he's still great, but at his age, that he's still like getting deals the way he is.
Yeah, he's just I don't know the goat, the legend.
Yeah,
I mean, Who would have want him on their team? The
right?
guy's paved a path for many, and it's really cool that he's still going and getting podiums. It's crazy. I don't. Dude is legend.
Man, I'm trying to think. Um, yeah, I just don't. I can't even think where he would go. Um,
Yeah.
I saw Danny Hart. I think him and Cube have split ties.
Yeah.
That's I haven't looked it up, but someone told me that. So that's another.
Yeah. He's
Where's he
still
go?
looking for a team. Apparently, I
Do
think he's still looking. It's
are
kind of
we
weird.
are
No one has
we
picked him up.
are we downsizing or? But if you look at, I saw the comments on the intense one, and someone's like, they talked about like the politicians, economics. He's like too much inflation. He's like, about everything's overpriced, and someone's like, no, we're only. And then
Mm.
intense responded, no, we're only growing. Someone's like, that
Oh,
doesn't make any sense.
that's yeah. I don't know. That's kind of weird.
I know.
Everything seems to be getting like more budgeted,
Yeah.
getting smaller. But good for them if they're growing to grow. That's cool.
Yeah. That could be
Maybe that's
just they have
hopefully
to.
a good sign. A good sign for the future.
Yeah, I
You know
know.
where everything's going.
YT, who's on the. I was trying to think of that team. I don't know. Oh, that was another one from Menard. I heard
Uh,
YT.
oh, that would be really interesting. That'd be a weird bike to go on. You go from V10 to the YT.
Yeah. And
V10's like a crazy race bike to or in the YT, but probably a good bike.
then they said Valley Hall. It's definitely YT. Like everyone's already like that's YT. Everything that
Whoa.
she's like putting out there.
Oh wow. I guess I haven't seen that. That would be part of the
Cause
mob
she,
or just like another team.
I guess like some words that she put out are the same words that YT uses. That's what the rumor is.
Oh wow. Got some
I don't know.
investigators in there. People really getting into it.
I know. Jeez, it's like
Yeah.
uh
What surprised me was Tebow's on Canyon. That just like hit me in the face. I was like, whoa, expect that. Nobody expected that.
did not expect that. So now they got him. They still have Lucas Shaw, and
Yep.
that's it, right? That's their top two riders.
Yeah,
Oh
and
no, they have so then that where's what's his name going from Australia or New Zealand? Troy.
uh oh yeah. Yes, Troy hasn't done. Yeah, he's still on it.
Yeah.
Didn't think of that. And then the other Canyon team, I think they're pretty much the same. With Dante and some other French dude, I think. Seems like theirs kind of stayed. No one's really joined or I don't think so. I don't know. There's so much to keep up with.
Do you think riders are nervous, more nervous, or like do you think they're like, what the heck's happening?
I mean, I know I would be nervous if definitely like Danny.
Yeah.
Like Danny doesn't have a ride, or maybe he does, and he's just saying he doesn't. But I don't know. But yeah, with the budget cuts and stuff, um, what I've heard, a lot of budget cutting and just I don't know, just trying to pay. Maybe the top riders want more money, and they have to cut smaller riders out, which
Yeah.
sucks because that's the future. But
Yeah, I thought a couple years ago, or maybe even last year, that Specialized would, I guess, part ways with Finn and focus on Bruni, but then
that's
they're
weird.
both so good that it's like they can't. It's like they're kind of like, and they're cool with one another. So it's like it's weird to see a 1 and 1A type team like that.
Yeah, that's weird because I think it would be the other way around because Finn is younger.
Hmm.
They want to focus on the younger dudes. Like they feel like Jordan Williams.
Yeah,
They're probably definitely going to stay on there because he's still young and he's definitely hell of a rider. But that's why I think Greg Menard got cut because they got the Ford Jackson Goldstone
hmm,
and he's the future. And Greg Menard's been there for a while, done his thing, and Jackson's the new. And it's probably better to invest into the young guns right now than the older guys. It's kind of why I think
yeah.
Danny is kind of fading, which is sad. that dude still is a heck of a rider, and I want to see him. I want to see him podium. He deserves it.
Right. Yeah, for sure. And then the young kid on Frameworks, I met him at Snowshoe. I can't think, super nice kid.
Oh,
Uh,
Asa.
yeah,
Oh, dude, he's a homie, man. I love that kid.
yeah, yeah. How
Yeah.
long do you think Frameworks can keep him under the umbrella before someone snatches him up?
Um, I think he signed a 2-year contract last
Okay.
year. So I think yeah, first 2 years in junior, he's gonna be with Nico, and
Yeah.
then it's gonna be really hard to keep him probably
Oh yeah.
after that.
Dude's a
Uh,
ripper.
yeah, he's already for some things he's told me some stuff. People are looking at him, but Nico is treating him really well.
Yeah.
So and he's giving Nico a lot of attention, which he needs because those bikes are sick. So
Yeah.
no, he's promising. He's gonna. That kid's crazy. He's so dialed on the bike. I don't understand. He would track walk with him all the time, and stuff he points out without even riding the track. It's I don't know. The kid he's a genius on a bike.
I felt like I should have when I talked to him. I talked to him for like 20 minutes. I walked away and I was like, I should have got his jersey now when he's still
Yeah,
like I thought about it and I'm like, man,
yeah,
it's hard to ask for jerseys. It feels very like
yeah,
greedy towards me. It feels very like,
yeah.
and
Those that should have been that would have been smart.
I know. I was like, man, you're gonna get. It also kind of feels a little bit creepy because I'm asking for a 13-year-old for his
Yeah,
jersey,
I know. Yeah,
or however
and
old
it
he is.
has. Yeah, I think he's
He might be
16 now.
16. Yeah,
Yeah, because I stay with him. His dad would let me stay with him at like races and stuff. Like, because I sit in my van and his dad is like, come over and like whatever. And I ended up staying with them and he started driving at Windrock. He was driving around in the truck. So I think he's 16 now.
yeah. I think he is too. Cause I remember now that I talked to him, I was like, someone told me you're 13. He goes, nah, man, I'm 16. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes a little more sense. You'd be the
Yeah.
biggest 13-year-old I've ever seen.
Yeah. It's crazy. Some of these kids, their ages and like how they're just like, holy crap, you're like 6 feet tall and you look like a grown man.
Yeah,
It's like, holy
yeah.
crap. And I'm like over here, like 26. I'm like, oh, way smaller than him. Like, what the heck? What are they putting in the chicken?
So I asked I get this question quite frequently, and maybe you do too, since you're out. I haven't gotten it a lot lately, but I've gotten it a lot, and maybe you do too. When someone who doesn't ride mountain bikes but wants to get into it, have you ever had someone ask you that? Like someone's like, "Hey, I want to get
Yeah.
into it. Where do I start?" Yeah,
A
yeah.
lot.
So
Yeah, like,
I
"What bike
always,
should I get?" That stuff.
yeah, yeah. So I was thinking about that because people are on budgets, and I don't want to steer them wrong or make them spend money, and then they're like, "Man, uh, like." What if they don't get into it? I don't like it. That was crazy. I thought I was gonna die, type stuff. Because they're kind of like shooting from the hip, or like, I see you do it, I want to do it, and you're like, maybe you should go out there first.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
tell me what you think of this thought, and if this would work. And I think this is the best for budget wise, and they'll get your feet wet. You go to a place, area, Bentonville. I like Knoxville. That's closest to me. A
Mhm.
place that's gonna rent bikes, and you rent a bike, stay all weekend, um, go from where you most comfortable for whatever. I wouldn't say rent an e-bike, even though they're going to be there
Mhm.
and they're going to be very tempting because
Yeah.
you're not
Oh, yeah.
going to be able to afford that right off the bat.
Yeah, and they're
So
really
get
fast.
yourself a full suspension. Do what? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And they're really quick. You can get yourself in trouble really fast.
Yeah, we just talked about that, like how I rode a pivot out here and I hit the like to the all the way up. I'm like, what just happened here? Like you could
Yeah.
easily mess yourself up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think the best option is rent a bike. Yes, you're gonna have to like stay the weekend, rent a hotel, whatever you do. Rent a bike, see if you like it, challenge yourself, then make that purchase.
That's a
Versus
good one.
versus just go out and buy something and then you just never really get into it.
Yeah, renting is good. Yeah, it's a little pricey, but if you can, if you're just getting mountain biking, you're gonna rent the lowest end bike, and it probably won't cost that much. Yeah, get your feet wet. Like
Yeah.
you said. Yeah, rent like a low end bike, and you know, I would pick a good day to do it too, because I've definitely been like to a bike park trip where Angel Fire is just you can't even ride it. Like our tires were gunked up,
Hmm.
couldn't even ride the park, but they had to open it for a race, and people's first experience at a bike park was like, oh man, I don't really want to do that. But yeah,
Hmm.
pick like a good day to do it. Um, and I feel like everybody for the first bike should have a hardtail because
Hardtail,
it
man, you're
teaches.
going
Yeah,
hardtail.
yeah, man. I feel like you gotta experience the hardtail. It's a lot harder. You feel like you develop a lot faster. It makes you feel the trail more.
Hmm.
But if you start feeling comfortable, then just get like a cheap full suspension. I love a
Hmm.
lot of people that just go all in and buy like a $10,000 bike, and you're just like, what are you doing? And yeah,
Yeah,
people got money, but
yeah.
still, you see these kids around here that are really young that are still growing that have like $8,000 bikes. And you're like, oh my gosh,
Hmm.
like start them out like low. You don't have to get them anything crazy. You start them out like at a hardtail. My opinion, hardtails
Yeah.
teach you a lot.
Yes. You find your lines. I mean, I started on hardtail XC. I'd say the only, I guess, yeah, yeah. So yeah, hardtail. But man, you're gonna get bucked. So just be prepared. Keep that back end down.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly. Yeah, hardtails are gnarly, man. I love them though.
Yeah, I need to. I feel like they've kind of like geometry wise, they've kind of come a little. They're more raked out's really not the word, but I guess they're more center of gravity. It's kind of lower
Yeah,
now. I remember before my old hardtail, I
yeah.
felt real high. I felt like my 29-inch wheel felt like it was like a 32-inch wheel, and I was like, man, I'm way up here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Um, so I think things are different now. But yeah, hardtail,
yeah.
man, I
Like
almost want
steel
to ride one
hardtails
again.
are sick.
Yeah,
Yeah, my buddy got one and I rode around for a second. I was like, man, I miss these. They're
yeah.
just so fun.
There was a dude in Bentonville when I was there. He had a hardtail, but he had a dual crown on it. He said it was the bee's knees of bikes.
Wow, that's a big thing. Like back in old free ride days, like, there's like groups that had like hardtails that like ride out of urban with like monster T's on it with like 26 inch
Really?
wheels and stuff. It's like a whole culture. Yeah, it's like mostly in Russia or something. But it's wild. Yeah, they just have massive, yeah, like the monster T on it with on like a small hardtail, big wheels, and it's just like it's cool. But yeah,
Do you own an e-bike?
I don't. But
Yeah,
Oz, if I go to Oz, they'll let me. They have e-bikes there, the Commensal ones, and let me take them for a spin. But I do want one. It'd be
yeah.
nice.
All my buddies have one, and I'm like the last man standing. Still haven't had
Yeah,
one.
it's good training, really, because here you don't have steep, nothing that goes really fast. So e-bikes, it gets you ready for like
Hmm.
a downhill bike for how fast everything is. So keep your brain going. Get used to how fast everything is out there.
Yeah, these guys went full e-bike. They sold all their acoustic bikes, so I mean, they're not going back.
Oh,
Like,
dang.
because I was like,
I
hey,
don't
have you
blame
gone?
them. I
Because
don't.
because I was like, hey, you go back to your other bike. What's it like? And they're like, I never went back. I never went back to it. Never tried it. I'm like, I
Yeah.
bet you're stupid fast.
Yeah. No, yeah, I don't blame them, man. If I had an e-bike, I probably wouldn't ride my analog bike that much.
It'd be tough. It'd be tough.
Yeah, because when I do go ride a bike, come back on my bike and I'm pedaling, I'm like, God, I'm going so slow right now.
Yeah.
It kind of sucks.
Yeah, I've rode with e-bikers, man, where it'll wear you out when you're on your bike, and then you kind of feel for them because they're always waiting for you, like in a sense, a little bit like I'll get there when I get there, and they're like, "All right, you ready?" I'm like, "You didn't even break a sweat. You just zoomed up this
Yeah.
hill."
Zoom. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know that. I know. Yeah, been there.
Have you rode National Trail out here in Arizona?
National Trail. Where is that?
South Mountain? Yeah, yeah.
I
Cause
rode
you told me
South
about it.
Mountain. Yeah. I rode South Mountain. Don't know what the trails I rode. I rode a lot. I got
Yeah,
that thing down to like almost dead.
yeah.
The e-bike. What
What
e-bike I rented? I forgot. But
What'd you think of South Mountain?
that's probably one of my favorite places to ride. I'll be honest.
Really?
Dude, yeah, that place is so sick. It's just raw.
Yeah,
Just the rocks and
very
everything.
raw.
Yeah. No, it was cool. They found an e-bike. I think the first time going there like on e-bike is good because I got to explore a lot and see
Yeah,
more.
yeah. Have you rode a place called Halls out here?
Nope, heard of it. That was one of the places I
Yeah.
was looking at to go riding. But I've heard so much good about South Mountain. My dad went there
Yeah.
a while back, and he's talking good about it. So I was like, I'll just go out there. And I went to a used bike or a bike shop that's like right down the road. So
Hmm.
I left my I took my grandpa's truck there, and yeah, left his truck there and just rode from the bike shop. It's like right there. It was
Nice.
sick.
Did you go to the waterfall at South Mountain?
Yes, actually, I did.
So that is National Trail.
Okay. Well, that trail's sick. Then I really like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I really want to attempt it, but there were so many people right there. It was a nice day. It was probably the nicest day of the year when I went there. It was like 75, cloudy in Arizona, which is like unheard of. But
Yeah.
it was a crazy day, so it was packed with hikers. Definitely like
Yes.
National Trail, but further back, like I went, there wasn't that many people. And that's where I
Yeah.
really got the speed. But yeah, I had a buddy out there. We were just messaging actually yesterday, and he went up waterfall. And I was like, "Holy crap!" Because that is no joke. That is a
What's his name?
um, I forgot his name. He films the live replays for Downhill Southeast.
Yeah. I think we're probably talking about the same guy.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm not good with names.
I just
Michael
know.
McQueen.
Yeah. 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 He just went up it.
Yeah,
Is that what
yeah,
you? Yeah. Dude, that's tough.
yeah. I was like, "What are you doing?" But yeah, I was like, "Holy crap! You went up that."
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, a lot funner going down, but it's so impressive that you went up there." I was like, "Holy crap!" You see
Dude.
them videos, you're like, that's most things.
Yeah.
But you get there, you're like, holy crap, that thing is that's straight up.
Yeah. That happened to me big time at Snowshoe. I watched the GoPro and this guy crashed. I'm like, man, I can't believe this guy crashed. Man, what up? Whatever. And I get out to that section. I'm like, oh, that's gnarly.
Yeah,
Like it like
yeah,
threw me off. I'm like, man, he crashed there. And then I saw it. I was like, oh no, this is actually tough.
GoPro effect, man. That's
It's serious.
crazy. Yeah,
It
I've
is
had to
serious.
explain to so many people that you know GoPro effect. Like you're not gonna get the real thing until you go there.
Yeah. Yeah. So did you go down the waterfall in National, or you still want to try to go up it?
I pushed up it because there
Okay.
was a lot of like as soon as I got up to it, like there's already like a lot of people there, and I don't know. And then I'm not used to an e-bike, so
Hmm.
climbing with e-bike is definitely a lot different because it'll spin
Heavy.
out more.
Yeah.
Yeah, and super heavy. So next time I will try to attempt it. Hopefully, not as many people are on that trail.
I chickened out
And a
going
dog
down
almost
it.
bit me right before that. I went to pet a dog and just like bit like a hole through my glove, and I'm like, okay. So it's like, holy crap, that's kind of scary, but yeah, I
Yeah,
want
I
to
didn't.
climb that someday.
Yeah, Michael makes it look like something. I know it's hard, but like it makes it like a bucket list to try thing, like just to see him
Yeah,
do it. And then after I've
yeah,
been out there, it's kind of like I want to try it. I know it's going to take me a while, but he's kind of put it on the
yeah,
map for like as a goal.
yeah. Same. Like if I wouldn't have seen the video of him doing it, I wouldn't even really have thought about it. I guess too
Hmm.
much because I when I got to the spot, I didn't know it was like kind of a famous spot, like to climb until like he did, and I was like, oh, that's that spot that everybody does
Hmm.
or attempts, and I didn't realize that that was at South Mountain.
Yeah,
And now that I know, I really want to do it now.
yeah. Do you watch Nate Hill stuff? I think he actually lives somewhere around here. I tried to reach out to him about coming on.
I've watched some of his stuff. I like
Yeah,
his POV. It's pretty
yeah,
good, but I don't watch too many mountain bike YouTubers.
yeah. Me neither.
But yeah,
I feel like I
if I
used
do,
to,
it's
not
yeah,
anymore.
same. Yeah, a lot more. And if I do, it would be him. Remy, Johan.
Hmm.
A lot of
Yeah,
local
I think.
brothers.
Yeah, I like Nate. He doesn't really like talk much during riding. He'll like holler like yeah or whatever, but he's not
Yeah,
like
I like that.
yeah, he's not like constant. Like some guys, are just kind of like nonstop. I'm like, dude, let's just see the trail. Let's see what's going on
Yeah,
here.
just see the trail, ride the bike. But that's what they do. Some people, people prefer that. I don't know why, but whatever.
Yeah. So you're gonna do the big mountain enduro at Mount Nebo?
No, last year I think Windrock Race was during that. I don't know. I might split up
Hmm.
with another one. No, I don't plan on doing it. And if I have nothing going on that weekend, probably go watch, maybe film for some buddies. But
Cool.
I don't have any really desire. Um, like the rake and ride trails are sick. There's three of them. They might end up putting more, which I think they need to. Um, but just like the regular stages is just, it's not fun. I
I,
like Nebo. It's a cool place. It's a beautiful place, but the trails are just not meant for racing. Like the trails that are built there, it's not meant for racing.
I do like the one that gets in everyone's head, the drop, the where you like it's a drop, a rock drop, but it's like it looks like you're going out into nowhere.
Yes,
And then
yes.
that always gets in everyone's head.
Yeah, I when I did the Arkansas, yeah, it was the Arkansas Enduro series when I started get kind of back into biking, like kind of racing when I was doing Enduro a little more. I had one of my biggest crashes there. I almost fell off the edge. Like there's like A line,
Whew.
B line, and I just like no
Yeah.
breakdown A line, which is really stupid. And I didn't
Dang.
have that much travel, so I got stuffed, went over the bars, and almost like went off the edge, and it was scary. I actually grabbed onto one like the flag poles, the tape poles. I was like, oh shit.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a cool spot. I really like that spot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like one of the coolest spots in Nebo, like yeah, all around.
Yeah,
All right, I wanna ask you some questions and we'll wrap it up here. If you had to, if someone's coming to Arkansas, they're not on your level, but they like to ride. Give
yeah.
me your top 5 trails within, we'll say the Bentonville slash Bella Vista area. Not so much Eureka.
Okay, I'll start out with um, boom. I like Lone Wolf. Lone Wolf is good at the
Yeah.
castle. I really like it. It's just raw. You don't get much of it, and I don't know if this would count, but like Skills Park, Slaughter Pin, all the jumps.
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh,
mean,
they
I love
redid them
going
all, right?
there. Yeah, I mean the Groms keep up with it pretty good, and the Groms know how to build a jump. Uh, they do really good. They do better than a lot of trail builders. But yeah, I say Skills Park. Yeah, Lone Wolf. We have a lot of like rake and rides. Probably shouldn't include those. um,
How's
man,
uh they just put like a restaurant or something. Is it Howler or it's like on the backside. Um, if you
is it?
go, dang, I forget how to get there now. I mean, the trails are short, but they're fun and fast. Um,
Is it like a hub and everything?
there's a hub. Yeah, it's got like the metal great
Oh,
like the
Kohler.
met. No, not Kohler. Um,
Metal Creek.
the metal roof over it, and it's like lights up at night.
Oh, yeah, Price Coffee or Handcut Hollow.
Hancock Hollow. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't think about that. Those trails. Yeah, I'd definitely recommend that. I
Hmm.
love those trails. And there's also if you go, go down, cross the road, and like on the other side, on the other hillside, there's another trail that's super rocky and pretty gnarly. I really like that trail. I don't know the name of it. I definitely recommend that area
Yeah,
because it's just
that's
more, I don't know, just really cool.
yeah,
It's like has its own jank,
yeah.
and jank is
It's
fun.
a lot of jank. A lot of you can learn. You could be novice and kind of take some stuff, and then it could crank up to you like trail wise. A lot of little trails off that little hub.
Yeah, a lot. I would recommend. There's a parcel of sugar that we built. Uh, that is just so good, and it sucks because like a lot of people like ride Little Sugar. It's like, oh, that's not that great. But there's a spot that we built. It's just like you go through these rocks and boulders, and right before that, there's just free ride lines we made everywhere. It's part of the trail, but I don't even know the name of it. I am so like lost on names here. There's so many trails. But if I could recommend that, I would recommend that. I just don't know what the trail name is, whatever. And I'm gonna go a little out of Bentonville, Bella Vista
Okay.
area, and go to Clarksville. It's about around 2 hours away, hour and
Oh,
45.
big jump.
Yeah, yeah. Those, in my opinion, right now are like the best trails. They're kind of short, but if you want a place to go and session stuff all day, that is like I think the best spot to go right now in Arkansas.
Okay.
If you like don't want like a massive pedal, it's a short pedal up, really mellow. There's like one steep spot that's not even that steep, and then got a black trail. It's so sick, like it's so sick. A green trail that's really fast. Bike park berms, like 6 foot tall berms. Then the blue trail, jump trail, massive berms, awesome jumps, and then the blue tech, which is so rad, just like raw, just jank off camber. But yeah, I don't. For what I do, it's hard for me to pick trails around here
Mhm.
because they're fun, but for me, it's just hard.
Mhm.
Like e-bikes make everything fun around here, so um, yeah, I'm not like I said, Lone Wolf, um, that one spot and a little sugar and Price Coffee or hand cut, whatever you call it now.
Mhm.
And we got the dirt
How
jumps going now over there,
yeah.
like the volunteer dirt jumps. That's sick if you like dirt jumping. But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think. There's so many.
What's in Clarksville? Is there a place to stay down there?
They're working on it. It's
Okay.
like the developing stuff. They're trying to work on a campsite. But yeah, you can stay in like a hotel. Like
Okay.
it's just
Cool.
outside of town. But
All right.
yeah, dude, those trails are so sick. A lot of people go. They're like, yeah, on the way to Nebo, I'll go check it out. I was like, or you can just go right there instead of Nebo.
Yeah.
But
I like
it's a blast.
it's at Rock Creek. It's a blue trail, but it's still super fun. Tumbleweed, I think. Like you can get
Is
going so
it?
fast, but it's like it's also got some like gnarly stuff.
Yeah, I think when you're talking about it,
You start on the big like on the box or on the wooden platform,
yeah.
and you go down. It's like a heart. Then it's right.
Oh, I actually haven't ridden that one
Yeah.
because every time I go to Rock Creek, every time I've been there is race weekend.
Oh shoot.
The trails, so that I think that trail's used for Cat 2-3,
Okay.
and it's always shut down. That and the actual Pro Cat 1 course. So I end up
Okay.
just riding the ones off to the left of that,
Yeah. Yeah.
and the Green Trail. The Green Trail is one of the most fun trails I've ever ridden. It's
Oh,
so fun.
that trail is. I mean, you have to like. Sometimes you're just like tired of holding on. You're just like because it's
Hmm.
forever,
Okay,
and
I think I did ride one section of it. It's like a really off camber. It's like kind of root. It's probably super rooty now, but it
mhm,
was just fresh.
yeah,
Me and Asa got there early, and we were just riding all day, and they wanted to see how the section rode, and it was like almost more fun than the other course. Like, god dang,
yeah,
it's just super
yeah.
fun.
It turns into like the big jump area at the bottom. It like it the trail it meets up with that trail with these big jumps at the
Yeah,
bottom.
yep, yep.
Yeah,
With that like step up,
yeah.
that yeah, pretty big step up. Then you turns like right, yeah, those jumps.
But yeah, that
Yeah,
green trail, man, you could
dude,
fly on that thing.
it's so good.
Those rollers turn
Like,
you could turn them into doubles.
yeah, and like what I like about it is that the berms are steep, so you can actually rail through everything.
Yeah.
What I don't like is like when you have green trails, everything's like super mellow. You
Mhm.
can't go fast, but I feel like for a green trail, you can still a beginner can still ride the bottom of like a
Mhm.
really the steeper berm, and but also have steep berms for people that want to go fast, and it's like for everyone,
Yeah.
and that's what that
Yeah,
and
it's
that's what that is.
there was a dude there, I don't know, I've seen him before. He was a local. You might know if you saw him, but he's like, "Yeah, I'm trying to make this gap jump on the green." He's like, "I'm not gonna make it a trail, but I see a big gap potential." Um, and he's like, "You guys want to go check it out?" We're like, "Yeah." And then he just rode off, and we never saw him.
It's like
I was
never
like, "This
mind.
guy's just kind of like living like in the moment." He probably didn't know he just talked
Yeah,
to us.
that is funny. There's a few big, pretty decent gaps to pull on that. We've done
Yeah,
a few of them, and it's like, dang, yeah, because you're hauling, you just gotta yank. Some of
this,
them, like there's one that's like kind of blind. You just pull and hope and pray that you land on the other side.
this dude was wearing
Good.
Crocs. He was wearing Crocs, riding
Oh
the Crocs.
wow.
Yeah,
That's crazy. What a
yeah.
baller.
But I think
That's
he helped
crazy.
build the trail, so he seemed like he knew.
Oh,
But
Hayden, that's his name.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Oh, he's in Canoegan. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's probably him. He's a gnarly dude.
Yeah, it's a good spot. I need to get back there. I just need. Last year I kind of took off. I bought a house, and I'm eager to ride this year and get back to just riding in general. I feel like I haven't
Yeah,
ridden in
man.
forever.
Yeah, you come out to nationals. That's a good time.
Yeah.
Watch all the
When is that?
carnage. I think July 31st through like the
Okay.
3rd or something of August, something like that. It's so good. Dual slalom. Like I want to race it, but I don't because I'm trying to focus on downhill. But the course
Hmm.
looks it is crazy, man.
Yeah, I need to get out there. All right, nationals.
Carnage. Yeah,
Yeah, I have a goal of try to get to more mountain bike events and moto events this year. So
yeah.
that's
Tennessee
that,
National is also a good one to go watch.
okay.
I like that's usually a good turnout. So and the track is always good at Tennessee Nationals at Windrock. So it's really cool
Did
to
you watch
watch.
moto last night?
I did. Yeah, that
What'd you think?
was it was cool. Um, that sucked that Hunter didn't make it
Yeah,
to Maine, but I guess this happened. You like he could have. Like it's not like he doesn't have the talent or anything, but
right, right.
it would have been cool to see them battle it out.
Um,
But
I don't. Some people think Jet will go undefeated. I don't see that happen.
dude, that field is stacked. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
one little mistake, and you're it's those guys are on his tail.
yeah. I
But
just don't think Cooper Webb will allow it. Cooper Webb's too. He'll well, he wrecked last night, but he's gritty and he'll fight
yeah,
you.
and it seems like Eli's kind of taking it slow.
That's how I thought was gonna happen. My buddy
Yeah,
thought he's gonna come out swinging. I was like, man, I think he's just trying to see how he feels race pace.
yeah, yeah. He'll come back. He'll be
Yeah,
probably deadly here
yeah,
soon. But it's cool that he's back though.
yeah, for
Nice to
sure.
have him out there.
I know. 31, man. 31 still ripping.
Yeah, dude, it's so sick.
Yeah.
And I want to
Same
see
with
Plessinger do good.
yeah. He rode decent last night.
Yeah,
He was just
that
off the
was
box.
yeah. Yep. I was sitting there watching. I'm like, come on,
Yeah.
get on the box, man. He didn't do it, but still
Well,
impressive.
yeah. I'm already ready for next Saturday.
Yeah, me
Like
too.
it's like the
Yeah,
week.
I had to use somebody else's Peacock account for it. My buddy came over and I might have to actually get an account just for Moto this year. So
At $5. It's not terrible.
I
At least it's
know,
not
I
terrible.
know, it's not terrible, but if I can keep finding my way to not pay it,
Hmm.
it'd be cool.
That's also good too.
Yeah,
Well, Jared, man, thanks for the time today, man. I appreciate it.
yeah, dude.
You gonna go ride today?
Yeah. Um, Me and a few buddies are gonna go out and rip. Um, Probably put some miles in and ride the few steep trails we made. And
Nice.
yeah, it's a beautiful day. Try to get it in because it's supposed to be wet and cold the whole week. So I'm stoked. I wish I was
Yeah.
in Arizona because the weather's probably besides the rain.
Yeah, it's raining, but yeah.
Yeah, the ground will soak it up in like 5 minutes, so
Oh
you'd
man,
be
these
good.
people when they see rain, they're like, "Shut it down." It's like you have no
Oh,
idea.
I know. I don't like driving over there in the rain. People
Yeah,
freak out.
yeah,
I don't blame them, but yeah, it's crazy out there in the rain.
yeah. But yeah, man, I need to make my way back to Bentonville. I'm trying to plan something out to come in February, March, and just stay in a week. I'll have to reach out to you to make sure you're there, so I kind of catch you and we can ride or hang out. And yeah, just hang out and ride and do more podcasts when you're there. I lost you. I think I can. You muted yourself. I got you.
Oh, there it
Yeah,
goes.
there it
I
goes.
said my mic was unplugged. I don't know. Might plug
But
back. Yeah. No, yeah.
yeah, for sure. Try to come visit you and some other people I haven't seen in a while. But
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude. Be
thanks for the
awesome.
time today. Appreciate it, dude.
Yeah, dude. I appreciate you having me on. Hopefully, if you want to do it mid-season, update you a little bit.
Yeah,
Be rad. I love being on here talking. It's cool.
yeah. Maybe we'll get yeah, we'll try to get like you and maybe one other person that you ride with. We'll try to do that in person. I'll try to come out in person.
Yeah. Uh, let's see if I can set up. Yeah, I'll try to. If I can get Ace on here, it'd probably be pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
So I'll probably stayed up him with him a few times this year. So if I can get over there, and he'd be stoked to get on. So
Yeah, awesome. All right, man. Well, you enjoy your day riding. Good luck this season, man. I'll be rooting for you as always. And
yeah, I appreciate
I
that.
want to hope to catch you at the races, if not in Bentonville.
Yeah, man. Yeah, just let me know. Have a good time.
All right, man. I will talk to you later.
Later, dude.